Okay, hey everyone. I was a bit muted because I need to reduce the what's going on there. That's interesting. My sound is plugged into something else. This is so interesting. What is it plugged into? Okay. And it should, the output should be when the external headphones, built-in speakers. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Oh, they're going through them. They're going through my headphones. Headphones. Okay. This is just me yammering. I'm trying to. I should have sorted this out before I came on here. But you know what? Oh, to the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Welcome. I don't like shouting and talking loud, so apologies. Hopefully, my audio can be heard well. So, because my space is really limited here, I normally don't take this out, the light box, but this is what I use to see what images are there. And these are the rolls of film today we're going to cut, and I will show you up close the list as well. Oh, the fan is on. That's where the paper is. Let me switch this off for a minute because I'm gonna be fighting with it. Oh, let me switch it off for now. But yeah, so this is my list basically. Did I say 15 rolls of film in total? So this one, yeah, 14, and then I had a bonus one which is here. I think I've written it here. So that's my bonus film. I just wanted to test what it, and it's this camera that I used. So this is my list. This is, look at that, 13th January 2026. This is when I made the list, and we're in May. This is the reality of everything, guys. Like, man. But yeah, so far I'm proud to say that I've scanned 5 rolls. So my task for today is sleeve these three rolls, and then scan them today, actually. Sleeve and scan. So I'm not gonna go through the whole scanning process again. Probably what I might do in the future is do a screen recording of my scan area so you can see what I've been talking about with regards to the matching ant frame and all of that. But for this session, and the reason for me going live is accountability. It's a co-working space for me and my audience to see me actually doing the work and getting this project done. So my task for today is to get these 3 cut and sleeved, and I'm going to be scanning them later, and I'm not going to go live for that. I've already done a live session of me doing that, so I am going to go live on another date, maybe just showing you my screen, because I've invested in I'm still learning how to use OBS, so I know I'll figure out a way where you can see my screen and I'm walking you through what what I actually see on my software here with regards to scanning. So yeah, so this is my desk, very small desk. This is my home studio. This is where I sit to edit my images. This is where I sit to not necessarily prep this cut and sleeve because this space is very small. I'm just doing it here because I needed a space to speak to you. But I normally do the cutting and sleeving on my dining table. I think I've shown a video of that, and I think it's also on my Instagram, if I remember correctly. But here mainly I sit down to edit and yeah, and to scan this film. So let's get to it. So I need to get the sleeves, which are actually over here behind me. So I don't know if you this camera, I think it's no, it's actually the right way around this time because I'm using the back camera. So these are the sleeves I use. So far, I can show you what I sleeved and how I'm arranging them. So far, these are the films that I've sleeved. I haven't filed them, and this is the folder that I use. But this folder is quite full because I literally cannot fit anymore. As you can see, it's really full. I need to get a new one. It's not technically, I use it to store my scanner holders. If I remove that, it's not as full, but I need to get a new one anyway. So that's why it looks full. So it's not a normal, it looks like an A4 file, but it's slightly wider to accommodate the sleeves. So, but I want to switch it up and not use that kind of folder. I want to get an A3 box, so I can just probably throw this in there carefully, might I add. So basically that's the first one. I want to show you the first one I did. If I remove this from here, for those watching, so you learn from my mistakes. This is the first one I did, and this is the mistake I made when cutting the sleeves, and this is why I need an A3 box, so it stops curling on the ends and to protect the thing. But I might end up shortening the film to 4 and 3, but I don't want to do that because this is, the short films are here. This is 5 and 4, which is slightly longer and better for scanning, in my opinion anyway. And that's how I've been cutting the sleeves. So because this film camera does 24, no, sorry, not 24, 27 frames, this is where you have 4 strips, because I was counting, dividing it by 7, hence that. And that's the mistake I made with the first one. So subsequently I've managed to make it into, because you can only fit 6 frames in a slot, so 6 3 times, and then 5 and 4. This one doesn't look like 4, I don't know why, but that's how I've been doing it. So I don't know, let me switch on the light so you can see in one of them. I was arranging them in order. Let me see. That's 19, 14, 11, 21, and 20. I'll show you this one. So if I switch on the light, yeah, I don't know if you can see. So all the images are literally 27 frames, and there's an empty frame here, which I use to make this strip take quote unquote um, 4 frames, so that I have room to put it in the holder. So like I think it holds better when the strips are longer. That's just my opinion. But yeah, so that's how I'm doing it. And I want to explain again, this roll of film, I know it will become like boring and redundant at this point, but it's also a reminder to myself, like, this roll of film, you photograph backwards, like from frame 27 all the way counting down to 1 or 0. Um, that is how I am sleeving them. I am sleeving them basically the same way. So this is frame 26. It says 25 here, surprisingly, and then it says 0 here. So so these are the first images. So it's 25 going this way. But when I'm looking at the number, um, at a later date, I will kind of try and zoom in and showcase this on a much detailed video. When I'm looking at the number, it's upside down. So if I turn it this way, the number can be read correctly. So it's 25, 24, 23, 22 going that way. But the image are upside down. So even for me, scanning this film is kind of like a headache because I need to remember that. And the thing is, when you put it in the scanner, this is the right way up. When you put it in the scanner, you put it shiny, the shiny side upside down. Oh my god! I know. I guess you guys are just as confused as I am. So you put the shiny side upside down, and then the numbers also have to be like almost inverted. I don't know how to explain it. When for me, when the film is the correct way, when you're photographing from frame 1 to 36 or frame 1 to 24, it kind of aligns and you kind of know which is the first frame to the last frame, even when you've taken the pictures. But because I did not take these photographs, it was a collaboration between me and young fans during the Rugby World Cup. I cannot, I cannot figure it out. So my mission is basically just get the film scanned, and then I'll go back, look at them again using my Lightbox, and rename them in my filing in my on my computer. I'm going to rename them in chronological order. My mission right now is just to get them scanned and into my computer, and then go back, rename all the roles, all 15 roles, rename them properly, and then go into Photoshop and clean out all the dust because they're very, very dusty when I'm scanning them. I have a blower here, which I use to just take out as much dust as I can before I put them in the scanner. My scanner is here, and but I can still see the dust. So yeah, I need to go into Photoshop, clean them out, and then once all of that is done, I upload all the images on my website. Because this is a photo project, I'm not going to meet, apart from like a dead frame like this, which is just basically for sleeving purposes. I'm not going to put that uh, onto the computer. I'm technically going to put all 27 frames. Apart from one roll of film that somehow came short, it came down to 26 frames. I don't know if I'll encounter another one because right now I'm just almost halfway through. So yeah, that's the situation I'm in right now. So let's get to cutting and sleeving. Enough talk for now. So I need a pair of scissors. So scissors, boom. I'm gonna take this away. Uh, I need sleeves. I need 3 of them. So these are the sleeves I use. And I'm almost running out, I think, but I have enough to sleeve all the rolls. So yeah. Again, if you're watching this live, leave a comment in the section. Watching you in school never quit. Hello, Chris. You should be learning, not watching live videos. Thank you for watching, though. I guess you're gonna learn something here if you're interested in photography, film photography. So yeah, I have my gloves right here. You need this to, because our palms are always like very greasy, and yeah, you don't want to get fingerprints on your prints. Trust me, I've learned that the hard way. Pair of scissors, this to remove some of the dust, even though I'm still gonna use it later on when I'm scanning. So you need one of these blower thingies. I don't know, dust remover. Yeah, it blows air. So yeah, because it has a hole there and it comes out of there. So that's how it works. And of course, you need your film and your sleeves, of course. These are the things you need. I need to put it the right way up. So, yeah, so light box, scissors, gloves, film, blower, sleeves. Yeah, and later on, I'm going to be using my scanner. So yeah. Um, Again, be sure to subscribe and um, to this video. Leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching me from. It'll be nice. So yeah, let's get this started. How bright is this? Okay, that's the brightest. Okay, let's go according to our list and sleeve them according to the list. So the next one is 017. So yesterday, as you can see, I wrote the number there because originally this is what they are. The number is there. This is the next 3 rows that I need to do. That's why they're up here. What I need to do is take the film out of this, roll it against itself and put it back in a canister, and then I'll sleeve these ones tomorrow. And this is what these ones I did them yesterday. So hence me writing the numbers here so I remember what film is in this canister. So that's the reason for that. So I'm gonna go step by step, and yeah, I need to wear my gloves actually for this bit. I don't want to get fingerprints on my film. Yeah, you'll be listening to my bad singing voice as I do this. Anyway, leave a comment. Leave a comment in the chat box. Let me know where you're watching from. There you go. Ooh, that was nice. You see, this is why I roll it against itself. Let me show you something. Are you seeing this way, the way it's curled this way, and it was rolled this way? That's the reason I roll the film in the opposite direction. Because look, it wants to go back the other way. It is so weird. Anyway, let's get cutting. So I have to remember, I need to cut from frame 25 all the way down to 0. So need to see where that is. So what frame is this? This is the last frame, so I need to go on this end here. So technically these were the first pictures that were taken. So, and this is upside down again. No, this is the right way up. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, that was good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, I don't know if you can see the lift there. This thing is still curly. It's not flat. And even when I'm scanning the film, it's not completely flat, unfortunately. But I need to put them, I think, yeah, see? Look at that. Can you see that? It's not completely flat. So even sleeving them helps. Putting them in the sleeves helps a bit. Rolling them the other way helps a bit, but unfortunately, yeah, so even when you're scanning, it's a bit warped this way. There's a bump this way, and obviously in the holder it will be flat like this, but in the middle it's slightly raised. Very technical, very. So when you're scanning and you have straight line in your images, you will see that distortion, unfortunately. And in this case, because these are rugby photographs, because of the rugby posts, I can see that distortion because they're not straight. I can see in the pictures the image, the rugby posts are almost like curved or at an angle, which is super weird. But on the images themselves, on the film themselves, the posts are straight. So it means that curvature of the film is making the film really distorted when you're scanning them because they're not completely flat. The solution to this is, instead of scanning at home, is have the lab scan them for you. Because I had 15 roles, I wanted to cut costs, and these are lessons that I'm learning while I do this project. Like, um when funding is an issue, you'll encounter like obstacles like this. So yeah. So, but I'm glad, I'm happy that I'm seeing images emerging from this rolls. Mm, and I can't wait to share with you all the images, to be fair. Okay, now we've reached the crucial point. Ooh, I cut this one too close. Okay, so here I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's perfect. So I can do 5 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. My cuts are never straight, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4. I don't know if you can see. There's 4 full frames and there's a little bit. So I'm gonna cut slightly over because it doesn't matter really. Yeah. So, oh, you can see I'm struggling. Then these ones are not completely flat. This is so weird. And this is why you need the gloves. So at least it's not, I'm not pressing on it to damage the film with the leaf scratches. And the gloves are quite soft. So yeah, but you can see the cover. Look at that one. Like now. So I leave the code on, this code, and I put that one. I can take this off for now. I can take my gloves off. So I put this one here. I was literally, instead of throwing it away, at least I know. And it's also making the project authentic, right? So I know what roll of film this. You can, the sleeve also has a place where you can write all that, the number would have gone there, the date, and then what the film is, as in your project. You can always name everything in your on your sleeve. You can write it down. So these sleeves are quite good, and they're not they're paper sleeves. They're not 100%. Is that fully paper? I can't remember. Yeah, because I was trying to avoid plastic sleeves with this. So with my gloves off, I touch the edges only. So that's what I do. Oh no, let me do it properly so I know where it goes. And yeah, these are really curved, really curved. Oh, I forgot to cut this bit. Forgot to cut the beginning of this one. Yeah, that's the only waste from that roll of film. Away. Okay, okay. Let's get to sleeving. Let's move this on this side. I might have to wear my gloves here because I'm touching the. There we go. I'm gonna wear one glove to be fair. I am going to be wearing one of this because I'm touching. I can feel me touching it. Loki should put this on a flat book. Hey, look at them curling. Damn. You need to calm down. Okay, here you go. Need to make sure. I'll check if I filed it the correct way. Right, I sleeved them the correct way. That's the right way up. That's number 3 here. Okay. There we go. Last one. Right. Yeah, where are you guys watching from? The guys who are tuned in. Where are you tuning in from? I can see a bit of that. It's not even coming up. There we go. That was a big one. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so 25 is there, 20, 19 is there, 14, 13 is there, 8, 7, 3, 2, 0, and 0, 0. Wow, that's interesting. So this is what? 18, 27. Perfect. Full frames. And yeah, there's images in this. So this is super cool. I cannot wait to scan and see what kind of imagery will come from this roll of film. And I can easily tell you this was the Ireland versus Spain game right there. So yeah, let's get to scanning the next roll of film. Not scanning, sleeving. My apologies. So which is number 18. Yeah, right there. See dust on this thing. And then that's the only piece of like scrap left once I've done this. And with these canisters, once they're empty, I'm gonna take them back to the lab because I'm not gonna use them again, to be fair. I'm gonna take them back to the lab where I had my film developed, and I'll give it back to them to reuse them. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I think they do reuse them, because I see here somebody gave the the canister back. They wrote on the lid as well. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. I don't know, can you remove Sharpie writing on plastic? How do you remove that so I can clean this out? I don't know. Help me out, guys. Help me out. So 18 is the next one. Go. Hello, Laris Maries. Thank you. I hope you're doing good. Wish you all need the best. Thank you so much for that comment. I really appreciate it. Where are you watching from? Where are you tuning in from? I'd like to know. Just the country is fine. City, great, but that's it. Don't go into too much detail. Oh, look at that. Are you seeing that curve? And this is how I rolled it. Oh my god, that is super. It's not good. That is not good. I should have left it for probably another day, but nah, I need to get this done. Let's oh, this is a this is I love this bit. Oh, this is kind of flat. Are you seeing that? But this side is still super curled. And this is what I want when I roll it against itself. This is technically what I want, because you know it's flat, it's not curling so much, but this is not good. This is what I don't like. So but here we are. Oh my gosh, let's get this. So again, that's the last bit, and this is the first bit. Yes, here. Oh wow, just looking at this. Oh wow, what stadium is this? This must be Brighton. Oh my gosh. Oh, the detail. Just looking at this. Oh, I'm so excited. I can't wait to see these images. Yeah, and I do that all the time. I always repeat the counts because once you've cut it, that's it. There's no going back. Oh, Yeah, it's still very, very curly. Oh, these are such beautiful images. Look at the stadium detail on that one, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. Okay. I think this is Brighton and Hove Stadium, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, these images are beautiful. And I haven't even scanned them, and I'm already. I can see the potential. I'm gonna cut this blank bit at the beginning here. So yeah, you know what? One, two, six. There's an interesting photo over here. Wonder what that is. Okay, last bit. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, cool. Okay, so 5 and 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Eesh, that felt so close. Jesus. No, no, no. The curling is getting on my nerves. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll cut a little bit on this end. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Right. I'll leave them in that order so I know which way it goes. Oh, they're curling too much. I don't like this. This is not good. This is not good. Uh, okay. Okay. And the tag here. Let's move this a little bit. Oof. Oh, this to cut this beginning bit. Hey, hey. Yeah, they're curling too much. Okay. Onto the sleeve. Sleeve this bad boy. Touched it. I touched it. Okay. So upside down. Okay. Think I'm gonna leave them in between like heavy books, to be fair. So at least see if I can flatten them even more. They're still very, very curled. And okay, those are the full sleeves, the 6 frames, and then the shorter ones come here. And as you can see, when I'm lifting them with my bare hands, I always hold the edge. I don't hold it like this because you don't want your prints so edge. So, because getting that fingerprint out of this film is a nightmare scenario, trust me. But you can still get it out, but yeah, you don't want to go through that hassle. So, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. those are interesting images because from I can see here, yeah, they're still a bit they're lifted in the middle here. So unfortunately, the scanner, the film holders, does not hold them completely flat when you're scanning, which is a shame. I've tried looking for a solution. The only way I can think of is putting the film in between heavy books to try and flatten them as much as possible. But nah. And the only because I have a flatbed scanner, that's the only way I can scan at home. Unfortunately, yeah, the images will be a bit distorted, but if you don't know what you're looking for, you won't see it, but I can see it. I can totally see it. But for me, it's perfectly fine. But moving forward, if I get to do a project like this, I'll get the lab to scan the film and obviously get the film back instead of them destroying it. So yeah, sleeve roll number 2 done. So on to our third and final roll of the day. So again, if you're watching and you want to know what I'm doing or what the project is about, leave comments in the chat box or questions in the chat box, or you can always leave your comments in the comment section and I'll respond to them as soon as I can. So yeah, this is number 2. This is done. So on to the third one, which is the New Zealand versus Ireland roll. This is gonna be a good one. They're all good anyway. They're all samey and different at the same time. I can't explain it, and you'll kind of get a glimpse of what I mean when you see the pictures from all the different like photographers who collaborated with me. So yeah, right. What am I looking for? My gloves again, which are next to me. I am hot. I'm gonna switch on. No, I don't want to switch on the fan because it's gonna blow the film all over the place. I'm so hot in this room though. Here we go. Oh, that is so satisfying to watch. This one is still super curled. So look at that. It's still super curly. Yeah. But this side is a bit straight. But as you've seen from the last one, they're still super curly, unfortunately. So yeah. Okay, now I've gotten a glimpse. The tag is the last image. So these are the first ones. Ooh, these are interesting. Okay. I am liking what I'm seeing. Why is this They're getting dusty now. Oh, these are cool. Okay, let's get cutting. 1, 2. I think this is Brighton again because Brighton had 2 games. Like on Saturday and Sunday. I think this is what this is. Too close. Right in the middle. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I like the fact that they went walkabout with the camera, which was nice. You can see that. Ah! Fell. Fell. Okay, that goes there. That goes there. So, 1, 2, 3. Yes, they went walkabout with the camera. Nice. I hope they didn't. This is super cool. This is interesting to see. I can see they left their seat and went walking around the stadium or the areas they were allowed to and they took photos in the areas they were in, which is super nice to see. Different, which is cool. No, wait. I'm on the end. We lost the track of. I forgot I was doing the short versions here. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 again. Just making sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is here. Oh, this person, whoever this is, I'm liking this. Yeah, I'm liking. I like it a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and a little bit over. Let's go to it. I think the trick with these cameras is the minute you get it, because I think when you press it the first time, it doesn't take any pictures, so you have to wind it. So the minute you get it, wind it. I kind of broke the rule and not read the instructions. I just wound it and then took the first picture. I think it says you have to wind until it shows 0 on the counter. Sometimes I don't do that. I just press it. If it doesn't take a picture, I wind it and then I take a picture. And then I think that's where you're getting the full 27 frames. Because if you don't, if you low key, obviously you're supposed to read instructions, but also break them. With photography, break the rules, to be fair. Um, uh, read the rules and then break them. It makes things interesting. Yeah, and just what is it called? And then continue taking the pictures until the last frame where when you press it and it does nothing, so you know they're done. And this is me speaking from actually using the camera after this project and trying to figure out how it works, because I've never used this camera before, as in this exact camera before. I've used other single use cameras, but with this one I needed to figure out how it worked, and and also to kind of remind myself, because I grew up with this, using single use cameras, and also the flash function of the camera as well, because it has flash. So yeah, I needed to figure out by taking my own pictures, so that the next time I get to do a project like this, I know how to direct the people better. With this one, I was just like, here's the camera, you just do you, just be free with it, take whatever pictures you, but you only have 27 chances to do so. Those were just my only instructions, and that was it. So yeah, I am really glad that I'm seeing some amazing pictures coming out of this, because I think sometimes when you restrict people with too much what is it called, with too many instructions, people get like paralyzed. And certainly I know that feeling, as a photographer, when, yes, you can be given a brief, but if the brief has too many instructions, it can kind of like dilute your creativity. I don't know how to put it, but I guess you know what I mean. Sometimes it's good when somebody just gives you a brief and tells you, interpret the brief, um, using your own photographic style, if you know what I mean. Um, Obviously, follow the instructions of the brief or what the client wants, but at the same time, add a little bit of your own flair to it. But if it's permissible, because sometimes some briefs have to be at a specific way according to how your client wants it to look and stuff like that. But also with that, do not forget, if time permitting, um, or if the scenario calls for it, you obviously have to read the room, or read the situation. Always add your own artistic flair to a project, right? Or just go with your gut instinct and take pictures that speak to you, basically. So yeah, and yeah, this here we are, second last strip. And this is the last one, guys, for today. So Those are my 3 rolls of film for today. There you go. Done. Okay. So my target is 3 rolls of film a day. Those are my 3 rolls for today. Those have been prepped, meaning prepping meaning cut, as in removed from the canister. I've cut them and I've sleeved them. They're not completely flat. I can feel, even by just doing this, I can feel how not flat they are, unfortunately. So I am going to put them in between heavy books to try and flatten them as much as possible while I run errands around the house, because I have laundry to do and stuff like that. And then I'll be back here in the next 2 to 3 hours to sit down and scan this rolls of film. Yeah, so I'll be scanning this later on today, this afternoon. It's now 1 o'clock. I might come back here at 3 o'clock to scan this roll of film, these rolls of film, and that will be my target for today. And then once I'm done scanning these, I'll roll these ones. So I'll take them out and re-roll them the other way, ready for tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll repeat the process. I will sleeve them and then put them in between heavy books to flatten them as much as possible before I scan them. And yeah, that's it. And then I will do that bit. And once these are done, I'll do the next batch. And actually, the next batch will be the last batch of this whole process before I go into Photoshop and all of that jazz. So, whew, I am done, people. I am done for this session of prepping at my desk, which I normally don't do, but I think for the next whatever roles are remaining, I'll actually do it so that I can keep working on something else while I'm still here instead of moving from my dining table coming to my desk. But yeah, so basically that's the only waste remaining from that I'll be throwing away. Basically, I don't know. Keep this for what? So yeah. Anyway, enough of me rambling. I'm gonna go. This has taken me around an hour to do, which is not bad considering I was chatting and yapping to you guys. So the scanning I think takes much longer. I think I might come back and do that again, but I've already done the scanning, so you can go and watch it on my channel on the live section. I already did a live scan. Maybe I might change the angle a little bit. I'll decide on that later, but if you see it on here, it's on here. If it's not, that's it. So again, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, whatever, if you're watching this back, leave them in the comment section. I appreciate you all, and I will catch you guys on the next one, I guess. Anyway, thank you and bye.